today's headlines. Assembly line of terror. Biggest trade bloc sets start. Mafia hotwired PhilHealth. Duterte accepts Morales' resignation. Two barangay officials facing charges for sex at Zoom meeting. NBA players vote to continue playoff. Janine Gutierrez nominated for Best Actress. LPA could become a storm. Good morning, I am Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Today is Friday, August 28th, and now the news. Troops in Jolo, Sulu had been placed on high alert as terrorists may launch another attack, according to the military. Security forces will keep a tight watch on the province following last Monday's deadly explosions, which left 15 people dead and dozens injured. The Armed Forces of the Philippines has confirmed that two female suicide bombers identified as Nana and Indanay caused the twin blast in Jolo on August 24, 2020. Nana was the widow of Filipino suicide bomber Norman Lasuca, while Indanay was the wife of Tala Jumsa, also known as Abu Tala, who acted as the liaison between the Abu Sayyaf and the Islamic State or IS group. The ASG is an IS ally in Sulu. It has an estimated strength of 300 fighters who are largely locals and some foreigners. Bomb expert Mundi Sawadjaan leads the ASG faction affiliated with the Daesh. Major General Corleto Vinduan, Western Mindanao Command Chief, said Sawadjaan is still in Sulu. Meanwhile, negotiations on the proposed Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership or RCEP has concluded, paving the way for the signing of potentially the world's biggest free trade deal in November. Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Ramon Lopez revealed the development yesterday, following the recent virtual 8th RCEP intersessional ministerial meeting. ASEAN trade ministers and its 5 partners, namely Australia, China, Japan, New Zealand, and South Korea, attained significant leaps in the negotiations. Lopez said the trade deal will have a major impact on jobs for the Filipino people and the enhanced participation of local MSME in global value chain. Launched in November 2012, RCEP is an initiative by the ASEAN to encourage trade among its member states and its free trade partners. Without India, RCEP accounts for the 30% of the world's global population at 2.2 billion and 28.2% of the global GDP at a combined $23.7 trillion. The bloc would also account for the 27.8% of the total trade at $10.5 trillion, with $5.5 trillion in exports and $4.9 trillion in imports. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
Pumunta sa bangko.
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.
In other news, the syndicate of crooks inside State Health Insurer, Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, has too much control of the agency's operation that it can impose its will in diverting funds to go straight to the pocket of its members. Former PhilHealth President and CEO Eduardo Banzon told the House Joint Panel probing PhilHealth that the agency's information technology system was manipulated to allow the syndicate or the mafia to pilfer funds. Banzon said this was discovered during his term, and he immediately ordered an internal investigation. Access to the database was disabled and later limited to top officials, Banzon said. Nonetheless, National Bureau of Investigation Anti-Fraud Division Head Minerva Retanal said during her testimony that the fraud continued and the intrusion of the data system in the agency even came from an insider. Retanal said that one of the cases of diversion on contributions involved those with business process outsourcing firm Accenture. The NBI did not complete its investigations into that particular case since PhilHealth was able to settle amicably with Accenture. She also cited an instance in which investigators found an employee in charge of delivering the checks of Accenture as having been paid off. PhilHealth has so far released 14.9 billion pesos of the 30 billion pesos IRM funds to over 700 healthcare institutions nationwide. Malacanang confirmed on Thursday that President Rodrigo Duterte has accepted the resignation of embattled Philippine Health Insurance Corporation CEO Ricardo Morales, who cited health reasons for wanting to leave the corruption-ridden agency. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said Duterte hopes Morales' resignation will augur well for his health and fast recovery. The president has yet to choose a replacement for Morales, although several names have been floated, Roque added. He stressed that Morales and other PhilHealth officials, the resignation of Morales and other PhilHealth officials doesn't extinguish their criminal and administrative liabilities. Tribune News on Tube will be back after these reminders.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kaming natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
Yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
2 barangay officials in Dasmariñas City, Cavite are facing administrative and criminal charges for having sex during a Zoom meeting with their colleagues yesterday. The village chief and treasurer of Barangay Fatima Dos were seen having sex in one window of the Zoom meeting, while 3 other barangay officials were in the other windows. The meeting was supposed to discuss measures the barangay will take to counter COVID-19. The barangay captain was seen covering the camera of the laptop, but a second camera was on and recorded the sex act. DILG Undersecretary Martin Dino said the 2 officials have resigned, but they will investigate the incident. He said that they may be charged with violating the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. He also said the respective spouses of the two officials can file criminal charges against them. In sports, NBA players voted to resume the postseason on Thursday, a day after a boycott by the Milwaukee Bucks forced the league to halt the playoffs and left the campaign hanging in the balance, reports said. ESPN and the Athletics website said players attending a meeting in Orlando had agreed to press on with the season, although the games scheduled for Thursday would be postponed. The decision followed a day of tumult in the NBA on Wednesday, when the Bucks refused to play their first-round game against the Orlando Magic in protest of the police shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin on Sunday. The NBA later postponed the entire slate on Wednesday games following the Bucks' no-show. At a players' meeting late on Wednesday, the powerhouse Los Angeles Lakers and Los Angeles Clippers voted to abandon the season. However, the Athletics reported that Lakers and Clippers had changed course at Thursday's meeting, with the two teams said to be on board with the resumption. Meanwhile, Janine Gutierrez has been nominated as Best Actress in this year's Gawad Urian for her role in the psycho-thriller Babae at Baril. Gawad Urian announced the nominees on its Facebook page yesterday. Babae at Baril was also nominated in 8 other categories including Best Pictures, Best Supporting Actor, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Cinematography, Best Editing, Best Production Design, and Best Music. Babae at Baril is about a department store sales lady who finds a gun on her doorstep and realizes she can do whatever she wants. The movie premiered as last year's QC Cinema International Film Festival, where Janine won the festival's Best Actress. Red also won Best Director. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
In the days ahead, we need to lean on the values that make us a great company, the Malasakit, for which we are known, and the understanding that, as San Miguel, we stand for something far greater than ourselves, that we have the responsibility to extend a hand to those who most need it. It is our sense of duty and obligation, pagkakaisa and malasakit, that will see us through these difficult times. Kwentong Malasakit.
The southwest monsoon will continue to affect the country today, while a low-pressure area may develop into a storm tomorrow, according to Pag-asa. The Bicol region and eastern Visayas will have cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms due to the southwest monsoon. Metro Manila and the rest of the country will be partly cloudy with isolated rain showers. Temperature in Metro Manila will range from 16 to 33 degrees Celsius, while in Baguio City, it will range from 16 to 23 degrees Celsius. The LPA was spotted 1,975 kilometers east of Casiguran, Aurora as of 3 a.m. today. It has a big potential of becoming a tropical depression in the next 24 hours. And that wraps up stories this morning. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis. And in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store and Google Play to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join. Daily Tribune will also be launching its latest mobile app, and we want you, our dear viewers, to help us in naming the news edition in our online family. All you have to do is to like and follow our social media platforms and comment your vote for the following: DT Mobile, Tarsigo, and Katribo Mobile, and then add the hashtag mobile app. Prizes await 10 lucky individuals who will vote for the winning name. Check our social media platforms for details. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store for our wardrobe. Again, this is Sandy Locos and you are watching Tribune News on Key. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.
With these cell sites, it affords us better cooperation and communication with the outside world. Because it is vital for FU and RMF to have this. We are now dependent on this cellular signal, and it has helped us a lot. Connectivity is not a problem because we allowed these cell sites to prevail and to be on our roof deck and our helipad. Hindi tayo mawalan ng signal sa lahat ng rooms namin dahil may cell site tayo sa taas. It's one of our major advantages. I think that's the greatest decision that I was a part of, because if not, we would probably be in a worse case right now. I'm thankful that we allowed these cell sites to be installed. I'd like to think and hope that all hospitals have that. We have not had any case of cancer regarding cell sites. As a matter of fact, we employ many cell sites and many boosters inside the hospital. For us, it has saved lives. I think with this new normal, we have realized that we are more dependent on this technology. Cell sites, if not connectivity, are a must.